Hello, I am Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare, Tanzania. Warmly welcome in our Media Educate Z, so as we can make our A-level tutorials. And here we have our chemistry subject and our class level is Form 5. My students, we are going to start our new topic which is known as Inorganic Chemistry. And in organic chemistry, it consists of the two main subtopics. The first one is the periodic classification, and the second one is selected compounds of metal. So this is our coverage, or these are the main concepts we are required to cover in the inorganic chemistry. Okay, now kwenye periodic classification kuna vitu gani? Kwenye selected compounds of metal kuna vitu gani? Now we have to see their categories. So in the periodic classification we have mainly these subtopics. We have the concept of periodicity, we have the periodic trends in the physical properties, but also we have the periodic trends in the chemical properties, and finally we are going to look on the issues of diagonal relationship katika periodic table. So these are mainly concepts to cover in the issue of the periodic classification. Lakini pia tunapokuja kwenye topic yetu ya pili au second subtopic, which is the selected compounds of metal, we have this one as our subtopics. We have this to cover. We have the oxides, we have the compounds of hydroxides, carbonate and hydrogen carbonate, sulfates, chloride and nitrates. So my student, this is all about the inorganic chemistry. Kwa hiyo tutakuwa na topic mbili, periodic classification na hiyo selected compounds of metal. Na kila topic ina coverage zake. So simply tutaenda kuanza na nini? Na periodic classification. Ambayo periodic classification ina involve mainly four subtopics, ambayo ni periodicity, periodic trends in the physical properties and chemical properties, and last is all about diagonal relationship. Okay, my students, before we start to learn about our first periodic classification, the concept of periodicity, now let's just see just a little bit introduction concerning the inorganic chemistry, or concerning the periodic classification. Introduction concerning the periodic classification. Okay, first of all, the periodic classification is a not new concept. Kwa sababu ulisoma the periodic table, periodic classification kutoka kwa kidato cha kwanza ulisoma mambo ya element yale kwenye periodic table. But here now, when we talk about periodic classification, or in this concept, our level here, we have to reflect, we have to recall back. We have to remind ourselves what is the periodic classification. Kwa hiyo kwenye introduction yetu hapa tutaenda kuangalia zile key concepts and the meaning of what we are going to cover. So periodic classification is the process of arranging elements in a tabular display called a periodic table. Kwamba when we talk about periodic classification, kumbe hii ni process ya kuarrange zile element in a tabular form. Ina maana kwamba kwenye table, ambapo hii tabular display au tabular form always is known as periodic table. Kwa hiyo utaona kwamba kwa kidato cha kwanza ulisema kuhusiana periodic table. Kwa hiyo hapa tunajaribu kurecall. So when we talk about periodic classification, elewa kwamba ni ile process nzima ya kufanya arrangement ya element katika tabular display au katika tabular form, ambayo is known as periodic table. Ndio ile table sasa. So the arrangement of the element is based on the similarities and differences in physical and chemical properties. Sasa hiyo arrangement haitokei tu. Hatu arrange to from nowhere. The arrangement of this element is based on the two main properties, physical properties and chemical properties. Maana kwamba kuna hizi sifa ambazo zitatupa sisi go ahead ya kuweza kufanya arrangement ya hizi element kwenye hii tabular display ambayo ni periodic table. So the primary objective of the classification is to arrange the known fact about the element so that they can be learnt easily. Sasa tunapokuja kuangalia main objective ya periodic classification au ya kufanya hii classification, hii process ya kuarrange the element kwenye periodic table, utaona kwamba it is to arrange the known facts about the elements so that they can be learned easy, kwamba wanafanya ile arrangement ya zile element ili kurahisisha usomaji wake. Utaona kwamba we have a lot of elements, it will be difficult or it could be very difficult to study them if not arranged in a good way or in a good folder. Sasa ndiyo maana ya main objectivity ya classification ya periodic table au periodic classification. So the main purpose of arranging this element is to ensure that we simplify the way to learn those elements in a good way or in an easy way. That's the main objective. So an understanding of the concept of periodic classification simplifies the study of the physical and chemical properties of elements as well as their uses. Sasa uelewa juu ya concept of the periodic classification inatusaidia inaturahisisha kuelewa au inasaidia simplify the study ule usomaji inarahisisha ule usomaji wa physical na chemical properties za elements, lakini pia is easy to understand their uses, kwamba tunajua we have to learn this element, physical properties zake na chemical properties zake, therefore it will be easy or simple to know also their uses, kwamba how do this element can be useful depending on their properties and their properties physical and chemical, itakuwa ni rahisi. That is an understanding of the concept of the periodic classification. So my students, in this chapter you will learn about the concept of periodicity. Tutaenda kusoma kuhusiana na concept of periodicity. When we talk about periodicity, what does it mean? But also we are going to talk about the periodic trends in the properties of the elements and the diagonal relationship of the element in the periodic table. Diagonal relationship, uhusiano ulioko diagonal katika element tofauti kwenye periodic table. So these are our main introduction toward the concept of the periodic classification. So my student, kuanzia leo tutakapokuwa tunafanya discussion zetu mpaka tumalizane na hii periodic classification, utakuwa unajua kwamba tunazungumzia hivi vitu. Na why we are studying this tumesema hapa. The main objectivity ya kulearn hii periodic classification, lakini pia ni vitu gani ambavyo tunatakiwa tuvistudy tumeshavianalyze hapa kwenye introduction. So my student, now let us start to discuss our first concept, which is the concept of periodicity. The concept of periodicity. So in the concept of periodicity, first of all you have to understand what the periodicity mean. Kwamba neno periodicity lina maana gani? You can see periodicity to come from the word period. Period. Na kwenye periodic table tunapoongelea period, you have to know what the main constant there. Kwa hiyo then tunapokuja kuangalia the word periodicity, anasema kwamba is the tendency of a particular property of an element to appear every after a certain specific interval in a given arrangement. I can remind you, kwenye periodic table tuna zile periods. Sasa zile periods we are talking about the horizontal lines kwenye periodic table. Sasa ndipo tunakuja kuona kwamba kuna kuwa na ile interval. That's why anasema kwamba is the tendency, ni ile hali. That's why periodicity is the tendency. Tendency of what? Anasema of a particular property of an element to appear every after a certain specific interval in a given arrangement. That is what we call periodicity. So make sure unakuwa unaelewa hivi terminology, kwa sababu maswali yake ya huu mtihani hii concept yataulizwa hivyo. Utaulizwa the periodicity. Hivi terminology ni terminology ambavyo vinapenda kuulizwa sana. So make sure you know about the periodicity. So my student, you can see that in this section you will learn about the efforts of different scientists in trying to classify the element. Main features of the modern periodic table and the comparison of the periodic laws in terms of the atomic masses and atomic number. Sasa hapa kwenye concept of periodicity ambapo tunaona kwamba inaonyesha ile tendency. Sasa tutaenda kuona kuhusiana na the issue of the different scientists, wataalamu mbalimbali walivyokuja na idea zao jinsi ya kufanya arrangement ya hizo element kwenye periodic table, wakiwa wamefanya consideration ya issue ya atomic masses lakini pia na atomic number. So as to bring up to the issue of modern periodic table ambayo ndio ile table ambayo inasomwa na everybody. So tutaenda kusoma kuhusiana na the issue of the development of the periodic table. Kumbuka bado tupo kwenye nini? Concept of periodicity. So thank you so much. This is our first session. Now let us discuss the second session soon. Bye bye.